Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmuhu. We are seeing Bhagavan and Bhaga, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya, Viryasya Yashashassaha, Shriyaha, Jnana Vairagyo. All these 6 Bhagas, Yasha as the last. Yasha we were contemplating upon the Vamana Avatara. In the Vamana Avatara we saw how Vamana, the Bali, having gone to the Patala, thinks of the Lord and praises Him for removing the ego, the pride, and look at His greatness as the Emperor of the whole universe as if. And to show that pride, to be possessing a power and displaying power, and we people with a little wealth, with a little youth which is going to fade away, how we show our ego. Anybody telling, any insulting me, I am not able to bear a small insult of an insignificant person. I am not able to bear. How weak we are. We don't possess anything, no greatness, no power. We cannot suppress a small child who is making importunity. We are not able to do. Yet we show that ego. God alone must be able to remove this. And to remove this, He comes to us with the epithet Bhagavan. Though He is beyond all 3 gunas, He puts on superimposes Himself with all limitations and comes to us to remove our ego of material possessions. He who is beyond 3 gunas is Bhagavan. With His 6 supernatural powers we saw, living beings, the universe, mind, intelligence, love, renunciation, knowledge, all these are manifestations of His power. See the way in which Sri Ramakrishna is putting things. He is seeing a world which we fail to see at all times. They will be in that consciousness always. We see a person, how he looks, what his personality, how his age, his way of talking, behavior, his possessions, his having a car or not, is he owning a house or not, how many people are there at home, what is his, that low level is our vision. Sri Ramakrishna is telling living beings, the whole universe, the various planes of existence, in various lokas, various ways, the jivas according to karmic load. Bhu Swaha Mahajana Tapa Satyam Atala Vitala Sutala Talatala Rasatala Patala, all these 14 lokas, the vast universe, various dimensions, it is in Him, a small speck. He is seeing the all beings lying here, there according to the karma. Or look at the vision, the universe, all living beings and the whole universe itself. Mind, cosmic mind, one mind which everyone shares takes a share and says, my mind, my mind. It is like something like modern in computer science cloud. I am keeping in cloud. I am keeping in cloud. Nowadays we commonly hear, I am going to send it to cloud. Everybody says I am sending to cloud. A space in cloud they occupy. So like that, mind is one cosmic mind. We have occupied a space in that mind, and my mind it has become. My space in the cloud. But we use the term cloud. I am sending to cloud. I am downloading from cloud. This is my space in that vast cloud. The whole dimension. Cloud is one, like that. My mind. Mind, intelligence, cosmic intelligence, love. See the vision. The whole thing. A person, the whole personality is mind, intellect. And bridge between the jiva and the rest of the existence and the beyond is love. Renunciation. Renunciation. He is living like butter in water. Renunciation is just floating in water. Even if it is dipped, how it floats. It remains uninvolved. It remains there in water. It is floating in water. Like that is floating in the world, untouched by the world. Like lotus in the mud. Stashy water below. It has emerged out and has bloomed forth. So the difference, renunciation, knowledge, jnana, these are the Aishwaryas. All these belong to glory of God. All these belong to, there is darkness, ignorance, bondage, this, that, everything is there. But his vision is on the glory of God that makes man a God on the earth. All these are manifestations of his power. With a laugh, if an aristocrat has neither house nor property, or if he has been forced to sell them, one does not call him an aristocrat anymore. We saw yesterday the Ishwaratva, how that Ishwaratva, it is not the power and the ruling of a government or of Kamsa or anybody. It is a lovely game. Lord ruling the universe, pervading it, everything, and manifesting as name, form, moment. It is a game of love. It is a game of bliss. It is a game of peace. Here, that Ishwaratva, though we call him Lord of the universe, he rules over and all. We have another different conception of governance. Governance of this world by a political. The politics are not there. Love dominates. And each one follows it, law, as if it is imposed. It is love that manifesting a law. That's why everybody, the plant you see, obeys its growth without any. It wants to grow. It wants to form a seed. It loves to become a seed. The seed wants to grow. The law is there, but law is manifesting as love. Love is manifesting as love. This we see in the all these opulences in God are of different nature. We cannot compare with all the supernatural powers. We cannot compare with nor understand it with a mind from the background of our life that we have spent so many lives in this world. We cannot conceive what God or God's powers are. It is just love, peace, and bliss. So these, if we cannot call him aristocrat anymore. If these things were not there, if the world was not a manifestation of love, bliss, and peace, then he would not have been called Bhagavan. God is endowed with the 6 supernatural powers. If he were not, who would obey him? Even a snake, if you love it, it obeys you. The whole universe, air is blowing, rains are falling, stars are moving, planets, night you see, day and night formation on the earth. Everything is going on lovingly. They are simply obeying as if implicit obedience. For what? There is joy in it. It is divine play going on. So they obey. If he were not, if he is not love, if he is not peace, if he is not bliss, these make him the supreme Lord of the universe, Lord of our hearts of heart. So we see so many things, experience so many things. As we go towards him, we get that great bliss. As we move away towards the materialistic world, we see we are pained, we are suffering. Who would obey him? Just see how picturesque the universe is. The universe, the nature pervading it, the nature constantly radiates peace, bliss, beauty, perfection, purity, divinity. All this, the nature is radiating. Just see how picturesque this universe is. How many things are there? The sun, moon, and stars. How many varieties of living beings, big and small living beings. I was seeing a small worm. It is like red velvet, moving about beautifully. Morning, it is now. Birds flying and sitting on the top of the tree. Morning I was seeing, at the dawn, they are just coming out of the places where they were spending the nights, flying at dawn, searching for their food, and they have gone to the top of the tree and sitting. Beautiful world, beautiful things. How many varieties of living beings, big and small, good and bad, strong and weak, some endowed with more power, some with less. Look at the vision. Each thing gives you so much of joy. A tiger pouring another animal, tearing it into pieces and eating it. you see from the tiger's viewpoint. It has got its food. It is enjoying. There is no cruelty there in the tiger's heart. Tiger wants same food it takes and gives to its cubs. There, do you call it cruelty from the tiger's point? But from the prey, it may be a deer. From the deer's point, how cruel he is! He's killing me. And from Jnani's point, he is seeing the beauty, because it is one that has manifested as many and play is going on. They all merge back in that one. Just like in dream, the mind becomes a tiger, mind becomes a deer, and tiger is pouncing on the deer and eating. When you wake up, oh, all was one mind. There was no cruelty, there was no non-cruelty, there was no food, nobody ate. It was all play of mind. Jnani, after realizing God, sees this world as a wonderful divine play, because he has gone to the higher levels of consciousness where this is a play of the divine. One manifesting as many, many becoming one. Its play is going on. Just like in dream, mind projects a world and withdraws it back. Some endowed with more power and some less. Now Vidyasagar, Sri Ramakrishna is seeing from the topmost point and explaining. We are trying to see from the bottom and trying to understand what he is telling. Oh, I don't see that. Vidyasagar. Has he endowed some with more power and others with less? The question comes. Some have greater power, some have less power. Is God impartial to give someone greater power, some this one? In dream, elephant has been given more power and the ant has been given less power. The power and giving all is a play from the other's point. From this point, how could God give one a greater power if God is the giver at all? Why did he give more power to elephant and less? How the logic doesn't reveal the reality. Love reveals. Master, as the all-pervading spirit, he exists in all being. Beautiful, you see how nicely Sri Ramakrishna trying to bring that great knowledge and supreme understanding at the highest level of consciousness. He is trying to milk a cow and give milk. As all-pervading, the highest understanding, as if God is seeing the whole play, his own play. As all-pervading spirit, he exists in all beings. It is he who has become, as mind, he exists in all things of the dream. It is created by mind. Except mind, nothing is there. In dream, when we sleep, we get dream. In the dream, it's play of mind. But whole world is there. Everything is going on. I am participating. I am experiencing sukha dukkha. I am weeping and laughing. I am running and earning. All that is happening is play of mind. As mind, it exists in all beings there. In dream. Like that, God has spirit, not as matter. As spirit he exists. He has become all that. He is the content. He exists in all beings, even in the ant. But the manifestations of his power are different in different beings. His manifestation of power. He has become an ant and he is expressing his power. He has become an elephant and expressing the elephant power. As in dream, you compare at odd times you dream, it will become, their mind has become an ant and ant's power it is manifesting. Mind has become an elephant and elephant's power it is manifesting. But manifestations of his power are different in different beings. Otherwise, how can one person put 10 to flight while another cannot face even one? And why do people respect you? Have you grown a pair of horns? People respect him. Vidyasagar. He has been held in society as cream of society. His compassion for suffering and wisdom, knowledge, his contribution to the world. And why do the people respect you? Have you grown a pair of horns? Laughter. You have more compassion and learning. You have more compassion and learning. Therefore, people honor you and come to pay you their respects. Don't you agree with me? You see, the Lord of Universe, who has come down as Sri Ramakrishna, himself is going to Vidyasagar. Lord has gone to his door, like Krishna going to Vidura's house. Why? Vidura had so much of wealth? No. He is the poorest man in that country, without anything, a small piece of land, cultivate with his wife and eat. And that person's house he goes. Why? There is love, there is peace, there is bliss, which is absent in the Duryodhana's palace. Dearth of love, dearth of peace, dearth of joy, bliss. Do you agree with me? The Lord has gone because of his compassion for beings. The moment you start serving others, the moment you start feeling you are one with nature, the moment you start serving, you are one with God. Vidyasagar smiled. The master continued. There is nothing in mere scholarship. This is what is happening in the modern world. People have been filled with informative knowledge of the physical world. The more knowledge you gain of this world, materialistic world, you are getting sunk more into the materialistic world, the less spiritual expressions. You are becoming more and more matter, being with material developments. And we are totally deprived of the spiritual bliss, the freedom, inner freedom. You can't move, you cannot live. To that extent, science will take us one day. I can no more work in this world. Everything is machine is doing. Now, even to maintain kitchen without mixer, without grinder, without washing machines, without a TV and mobile, without a mobile cell phone, man finds it difficult to live today. His life has become so much materialistic. He says, I cannot live, I cannot have my food without these things. How man is ocean of bliss and peace. And he has been put one inside, one you cannot escape. So much of prison compartments. You are being taken from one prison to deeper prison, deeper prison, deeper prison. That each prakara to open and come out, you need lives after lives. Master continued. There is nothing in mere scholarship. The object of study is to find means of knowing God, realize Him. A holy man had a book. When asked what it contained, he opened it and showed that on all pages were written words Om Rama and nothing else. What is the significance of Gita? It is what you find by repeating the word 10 times. It is then reversed to Tyagi, which means a person who has renounced everything for God. And that is the lesson of Gita. We have to, if you want really the peace eternal, which is not shaken at any time, bliss for which you are running from object to object for a drop of pleasure, which is like the water on the hot pan. The moment it falls, it evaporates in moment. And for that, we are toiling in this world, running behind so many objects. And ocean is within. And that, Sri Ramakrishna says here, the object of study is to find means of knowing God and realizing God. Means of knowing God and realizing God. Why should you realize God? Because you get the absolute peace. I want peace. I have absolute freedom. Everything is at your disposal. Nothing to receive, nothing to. Everything is at your fingers' call. That much of freedom. Whatever you want, anytime, just by will is with you. That type of freedom from entire nature. Absolute peace which doesn't leave you anymore. The peak of bliss, pleasures are momentary. Bliss is sustained. It is a small grain, piece of sand on this earth. It is ocean of bliss. God is ocean of bliss. And to attain that, you attain the paripurnata, completeness, fullness. And here you see in this world how we run about for things and ultimately find nothing. Always dearth. Any amount you enjoy, there is emptiness. Whatever you possess of this material world, 10 car, 100 types of clothes, all things to beautify your personality, all knowledge and certificates with you, empty only. The fulfillment by attaining God, you attain that fulfillment. You don't need anything more. This is why Sri Ramakrishna is insisting. The only thing you have to do in your life is to realize God. And all learning is for that. If any learning doesn't assist it, it is taking you away from God instead of realizing God. All secular knowledge is necessary for us, for our maintenance of the body, for earning in this competitive world we are now. Otherwise, nature is providing everything for every jiva. If there is a not competitive world, we don't need to strive or fight. All animals, all insects are getting food without modern machinery or without modern gadgets or without working in an office or going for anything. There is no cultivation even. Everything nature provides like a mother. And because of the competitive world, we may have to do all this. So to realize God, to transcend the nature and go beyond to eternal bliss, eternal life is the main thing. By realizing God alone, you attain that. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.